doing the registration. I remember I was at Mayor Holmes, and we would come home for the weekend, and they had a registration drive going.
Yep, to vote. They
Right.
voter registration.
They had a registration drive going, and all of the policemen, they was in Starksville. They was at the registration place, and they said, well, who's gonna go? So that was a drugstore right down where the county jail is now, right across the street. It was a drugstore. The man that owned his name was Joe Leonard. He's a black guy.
Yeah, and he was pretty active in the movement.
He was-
I've seen his name.
Right,
Okay.
he was very active in the movement. But anyway, we would go up to the courthouse and try and register, and this is what they would do. They would give us you just couldn't go in and register, and you would have to sit down. You would be there about at least an hour and a half. You had to sit down and you had to interpret a section of the Constitution. You had to all of these things you had to do to register to vote during that time.
Yep.
It wasn't that you could just go to the courthouse and say, no,
Right.
you couldn't do that
Here's
thing.
my-
And they had sheriff deputies there.
Yeah.
They had them there, and it was boys that came, and young boys and young men and young women that came, white. They had came
Yeah.
from all over the country, and they had I remember vividly that there was one little guy. His name was, I'll never forget him. He was a white guy. I'll never forget him. His name was Steve. He had came all the way from California.
Wow.
And a guy named Ron, he had came all the way. Those two guys had came. One was black and one was white. Came all the way from California to try and help in this
Yeah.
mess that was here.
Now, do you remember, did they kind of coach you on like the interpretation of like you said, there's basically a literacy test where did they sort of coach you on how to answer those things? Like, do
They
you
would
remember,
give-
or did you had college education? So you
They
probably
would give you.
know.
They would give you the hardest section of the Constitution to interpret.
Okay. And were the Freedom Summer people, like the people who came in to help with the registration, did they kind of coach you on how to answer? Like, did they prepare you ahead of time so
Oh,
that
yeah.
you knew how to?
Oh yeah,
you knew what to say.
We had worked with dummy registration that
gotcha.
we know. Yeah.
Yep. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we had all
That's what I thought.
yeah, we had worked with that. And most of us that went there, we didn't have any problems. But it was just the idea of having
Oh yeah.
to do that
Yeah.
as
absolutely.
as a citizen.
Absolutely.
And even during that time, there were only 19 black people in the city of Starksville that was registered to vote.
Yeah.
That was it.
I know.
That was
I
it.
knew it was very small. Number.
That was it. And I was surprised. I really was surprised at that time. I shouldn't have been, but I was, because most of these men and women were prominent, supposed to have been prominent black individuals, owners of businesses and
Right.
things that was not registered to vote.
Yep.
You see,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
sure
amazing. Right.
they hadn't registered to vote simply because of what I just told you.
Right.
that happened.
Right. All the message was that you're not supposed to
That's
vote.
right. That's
They're
right.
intimidating you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's amazing.